Good morning, Russell here, dog walking author. Got Augie with me today. Today's topic is on one of the writing rules, info dumping. What is that? Well, it's just what it sounds like. It's when the author has information, usually about the history or setting of the world, or maybe the background of a character, that they feel they need to give to the reader for the reader to understand and enjoy the story. Why is it a problem? Well, it's a problem if the author doesn't execute it well. And we've all seen this happen. This is where the author just plops the information down. It's usually lengthy, a page or more, often in the prologue, but not always, that reads like an encyclopedia article or a textbook. And it just reads like the author is saying to the reader, you need to know this. Why is that a problem? Well, because it can be boring and dry. And anytime you bore a reader, you risk losing the reader. So you don't want to avoid that. But you think, I have this information, I've got to get it to him. How do I do that? Well, one of the best tropes is the stranger in a strange land. And that's why it's so popular. You take a character who's unfamiliar with this setting in the story, and then that way they can ask all the questions that you as the reader has. And they can be answered organically as part of the flow of the story, and it doesn't seem as much like it's the author directly beaming the information to the reader. Now, if you can't do that, but you have information you need to provide, I would recommend, first of all, looking at that information and thinking, do I need to give it all to them at one time, or can I chunk it out and sprinkle it throughout the book? That will at least help. Another thing is to consider when you're giving this information. Look, if the characters aren't visiting Orc City until chapter 30, and you give a detailed info dump on chapter 2 about Orc City, chances are they're not going to remember that anyway by the time they get to chapter 30, and you're going to have to regurgitate it again. So at least put the information close to when it then becomes applicable to the story. So those are some of my tips. Hope you find them helpful. Hey, Relentless Blades is on sale till July 12th, $1.99. Check it out. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.